So before we start, let me ask you something. If I open your page right now, would you be able to would I see a strategic social media manager or someone who has been, posting consistently since January 2025? Because a lot of social media managers, they are going to end this year, 2025, frustrated and burnt out, underpaid, and posting, and then they are not growing. They create content but not converting, and then they watch other people blow up while they feel stagnant or they feel stuck. Now, if that is you, just stay with me, because today I'm going to be talking about, and I'm not just going to be talking about, I'm going to be showing you the exact blueprint to rebuild your content, your identity, your systems, and then your career as a social media manager for 2026. Right. So by the end of this class, you not only just attend for attendance sake, but you'll be able to know what to start doing, what to start doing, and then how to think like the strategist, not just a social media manager, how to think like a strategist that brands will pay, and then not just pay high premium price for in 2026. So don't leave, take note. This is the class that actually changes your entire 2026. So hang around. Meanwhile, I'm live on Instagram also. Hi guys. So if you're just joining, today's class is for social media managers, the 2026 strategy that you need as a social media manager to reset for 2026 exactly. So let's dive in. Now, year 2026 is not going to reward you just showing up online. I know that a lot of online gurus have already told you guys that, just stay consistent, just keep posting, just do this and that. They are not telling you that by 2026 consistency is not going to save you. You can be consistent and still not hitting the right spot, right? So this year, what I realized is that we saw a massive shift. Clients are tired about you just sharing the same thing, you just vibing and all of that. Client, agencies are demanding clarity. Your clients, your business owners that you've been working with, they want results, not just reels. So today what we are going to be talking about is not just going to be trends. We are going to be talking about the identity shift, that identity shift that you need to have to make money, to keep clients, and also to stand out from 1,000,001 social media managers in 2026. Now, let's move on. Hi guys. Thanks for joining. Yeah, let's move on to the next slide. So what 2026, what 2025 exposed is that many social media managers it showed their weaknesses. A lot of social media managers for 2026, I know for a fact, because a lot of social media managers were in my DMs looking for roles. In fact, up to the point that people were actually sending me DMs to work with me for free. Yes, it was that bad. Even though they've been posting, they've been, doing all of that, they have an online presence and everything, but it's still not making them sell. They are not getting the right clients to reach out to them. They don't even have any clients. Is that bad? And it's not even because of, even for Nigerians, I'm talking about clients, people all over the world, right? So my point is that 2025 humbled a lot of social media managers, and what I realized is that creators, people that are actually content creators, they blew up faster, they blew up more in 2025. In fact, a lot of people, a lot of new what is it called, a lot of content creators already emerges now that are we have videographers, we have people that are actually content creators going to events with people, clearing videos, phone video recorders, and all of that. And and another thing is that AI entered the chat. AI entered the chat. A lot of people are using AI, like they are paying ChatGPT like crazy, doing things that they can actually do without even having to hire somebody else, and content performance dropped. Why? Because million and one people are online at the same time. So people are not able to keep up with the attention span of viewers, of people, reduced to, I don't even know, like, is that bad? Right. So 2025 is been like a really, really struggling month for, I mean, struggling year for social media managers, And the truth is that it's not the algorithm. It has nothing to do with the algorithm. It's not even the fact that there's no opportunities out there. There are a million and one opportunities out there. Another thing is that a lot of social media managers who grew in 2025, they did something differently that I would like to talk about, which is they upgraded their skill. I know that you don't like to hear this, but it is important. They upgraded their skill, not their frequency. Now, if you are in 2025 this year and you are taking the strategy that you used for 2025 to 2026, guys, it's not going to work. You need to do something differently, which is you upgrading your skills, which is you trying to learn things that are trending in quotes. Now, I say trending because AI is back, AI is ready, is here to stay. Now, I know there are a lot of evil things, a lot of evil theories that people are talking about AI, but AI is still here and is here to stay because it's been helping a lot of business owners, some for free, some they need to pay a little, and then they are getting results. They are getting result 10 times better than them doing it by themselves or hiring people. Right. So my point is that you need to improve your skill. Now, according to the slides, we have 2025 exposed many social media managers weaknesses. They don't have systems, they have inconsistency, messaging confusion, burnout, no client retention strategy, no AI skills, then content with no clarity or direction. Now, 2026 is the opportunity to reset and rise. Now, your goal for this year, for next year, should be for you to reset and rise as a social media manager. Now, it's easy for you to just say, it's a new year. Oh, new year, new me. I can do this. I can do that. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, it's easy for you to say. But have you start preparing ahead now? Have you start? What are the things that you're doing? How are you trying to sharpen your skills? You don't even have to buy any course. You don't need to have to buy any book. You don't have to buy anything. All you have to do is probably go to YouTube. There are a million and one free resources out there that you can use to self-train yourself. Do you understand? Now, if you now feel like, okay, I don't have time to be searching on YouTube, I don't have time to be doing it, then you can now, buy a course or buy a book or, do something differently, like reaching out to people like me or buy my kits, right? But it is not compulsory for you to buy. Do you understand? My point is that you have to make up your mind to first of all know that, okay, the skill that I have is almost going into, is it extinction? How can I improve on it to make myself better? Right. So let's move on. Now, what went wrong in 2025? Now, the real reason why most social media managers struggled is that the algorithm didn't fail, your strategy did. Now, in 2026, the difference between a social media manager and a social media strategy will be louder than ever. Go and write this down. Like, there's going to be a distinct difference between a social media manager and a social media strategist, because people are going to be letting you know that I want to hire a social media strategist, not a social media manager. I can practically close my eyes and use all the scheduling apps to schedule my post by myself without the need of a social media manager. Do you understand? But the thing that you're going to be that skill that's going to be taking you from being a social media manager to a social media strategist is like the missing link that you need to fix. Right now, managers execute and strategists direct. If you are a social media manager, you get instructions from your client. Your client tells you what to do. Most of the time, you post based on your client's desires. But as a strategist, your clients listen to you because you post based on results. You post based on data. You post based on insights. You are always checking the insights to see what's working and what is not working. You are always going to be like, you are going to be building a strategy for you, for each client, right? So my point is that people are looking for people that can actually solve those problems, not just posting. So you have to take yourself from you being just posting to being a strategist. Now let's move on. Now, managers post, the strategist position, the managers follow trends, strategists shape narratives. So if you want higher paying clients, if you want premium clients, if you want less stress, if you want long-term retention. Now, there's another thing that you should have a client. As a social media manager, a lot of people used to talk about how being a social media manager, your income is inconsistent. Your clients can just come and meet you and tell you that they are leaving and all of that. And that is because, first of all, you don't have a system in place. Number two, you do not have that skill that is going to make you irreplaceable. Do you understand? Now, I don't want to digress. My point is that if you have a system in place, if you plan forward, like you always plan before things, like you don't just think that, oh, I have it and then that is it. No, if you have a client, what strategy are you using to keep that client? Now, a lot of people do not understand that it's easier to keep a client than to get a new client. Right. They believe that people just assume that it's easier to get a new client than to keep a client. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, if you're following, just comment yes. Just drop yes in the chat. If you're following, just drop yes. And if you're watching on Instagram, make sure you drop yes if you're following also. Right. So let's move on. Now you must stop operating like a task taker. You need to take yourself from that part, because it means that if you keep doing that, you are replaceable. Do you understand? You have to think outside the box, even up to the point that when you are creating content, you have to think outside the box. Now let's move on. I already promised myself that this class is going to be for 30 minutes. I hope that I'm able to keep to time. Um Now, here are 4 things that your 2026 content requires that you should do. Now, your 2026 content is going to be rewarding social media managers who are strategic and not aesthetic. Now, if all you do, like for example, your content didn't flop because you were inconsistent. It flopped because it lacked clear POV, which is a point of view. If your content sounds like everybody else's content, people scroll. Now, let me give you an example. I remember when I was working with a girl, a social media manager. Now, we were having a meeting, and then she told me about how she told me in a good light about how I should, like, she feels like my page, I mean my 247 virtual assistant Instagram page, which I'm live on right now, that my page is my content is usually, I use a pink what is it called, carousel to share my content and all of that. That why don't I switch it up? Why don't I change, just so that my content reaches the right audience again, something different and all of that. But my point is that I have to tell her that I've been doing that for like 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I think it's going to be 5 years this Christmas. I've been doing that for 5 years and it's been working. Now, the problem that we social media managers have is that, why do you want to change what is working? Why fix what is not broken? If it's working, why do you want to fix it? If it's not broken, why do you want to fix it? Just leave it. Now, the problem is you more concerned about your aesthetic on your page. Oh, I have beautiful carousels. Oh, my carousels, you are using like maybe like 10 fonts in your carousels. You have your title carousel, I mean your title font, your small letter font, one element here, double elements there, a lot of things that are distracting people from the real message, which is you, which is what is in your mind that you want to pass on to people. If your carousels or your post is always scattered, even though it looks so beautiful, if you look at it, it's attractive, it's beautiful, but guess what, guys? It's distracting if you have too many designs on your post that does very well on social media, post that does very well on any of the social media platforms. Guess what? Is the simplicity. You have to make it worth the while of people that are watching, people that are scrolling. People's attention span is so super short that if your content, even though you have something important to share with them, and then your content is, you have so many drawings, it's not so catchy, it's not attention grabbing, they will just scroll off. Do you understand? So forget about the aesthetic part of your content. If you want to even make it worse, is you editing videos on, is it Canva or all these, using a lot of smileys and editing, over editing, using a lot of cutouts and all of that. Trust me, videos like that, it doesn't even do well. If it does well, it's going to be by chance. Do you understand? The simplest types of videos, less edited, but making sure that you have a strong hook, you have a strong you have video hook, you have strong hook at the beginning of the video. That means you're talking hook, video hook, your text over the real hook. Make the best they make the best videos. They get the best views. So forget about the aesthetic. Be strategic. Think outside the box. Now, I then another thing is that what I believe that 2026 requires is you making sure that your decisions are data driven. Now, because a post does well, excuse me, because a post does well, you can just imagine your mind that oh, this post is good, I should double down on it. I know it makes sense, but if you look at the post, for example, maybe your page is about maybe a weight loss page, and then you're always posting about your weight loss. I'm talking about your client's page, not your personal page. You're talking about maybe in your client's page, on your client's page, you are posting about what is it called? Weight loss, their testimonials, their transformations, and all of that. And all of a sudden, you saw a comedy or something that is a skit that is actually, made wave in other people's page, and then you reposted it on your own page, and then you realize that that post has nothing to do with weight loss, but it went viral. Do you understand? So my point is that after seeing that the post went viral, it doesn't have anything to do with weight loss. You don't have anything to do with that post. That post is just a random post that you liked and you reshared and people loved it. Do you understand? Would you keep doing that just because a lot of people watched it? No, because it's not even part of your content strategy. You are not going to be doing that. So my point is that make sure that every decision you make, whether for your personal page or your client's brand, it is data driven. Right. Another thing is 2026 is going to reward social media managers who are AI augmented and not overworked. There's somebody that told me that there was a client that actually booked a one-on-one call with me. And then, no, not a one-on-one call. She booked my services, my social media management services. But before you start to work with me, you have to get a link to book a call with me, which is you book the call through Calendly and all of that. Now, I have a form that is attached to the booking link. Now, this form makes me weed out time wasters. So, and there's a part of it that asks them, are you going to be sharing something that I need to prepare for the meeting, something like that? Then I'm always, I'm able to know what is on their mind and all of that. So this guy wrote that, oh, I need a social media manager, and I want the social media manager not to be AI augmented. I want R or E to be think from ahead, and and do this, but I want my brand to grow super fast. I have just 90 days to try it out, or something like that. In my mind, immediately that was a red flag to me, because how on earth in 2025 somebody is asking you to work with you without using AI? How is that even possible? Because using AI makes your work 10 times easier, 10 times faster, and then you think best when you use, because your highest type of thought, when you use it, you turn it into prompt, and then you use it on any of this AI what is it called? The result that you get, you cannot compare it in minutes to things that you're manually sitting down and trying to write. Do you understand? So my point is that you have AI augmented. Don't even try to, for example, you are for if even if you are working with, maybe you have 3 clients, and then you are writing captions for each client, and then because you don't want to use AI, you start to write it one by one. Like, how is that even sustainable? Do you understand? I know that you know how to write. I know that you are a copywriter. I know that you can, you are a good writer. You have done this, you are writing this. But girl, guy, do not waste your time. It's time wasting when you know that you can use AI to do it super fast and get more clients. Do you understand? So another thing is that 2026 is going to reward authority-led, not trend chasers. You have to know your onions in 2026 if you don't want to be swept apart. Another thing is that you have to be system oriented, not scattered. Now, what is your client experience? What is your client what's your workflow process like? When clients start to watch you, what is it that they get? Do they get emails, welcome emails maybe 4 days after starting to work with you? Do you get what is it called, their content strategy in maybe give them content strategy maybe some of you will say, oh, the first post will not go live until probably 10 days, 10 working days. I need 10 working days to do this and do that. And then I will wonder that, are you okay? So you want me to stop my page or my business for 10 days just because I hired a social media manager? No, it shows that you don't have a system in place. You need to have a system in place. That's my point. And that thing is that 2026 is going to reward focused on revenue, not vanity metrics. You have to focus on results. What is your goal? Do you understand? You should be able to simplify the difference between getting results and just vanity metrics. Right, let's move on. Comment yes in the chat if you're following. Just comment yes. If you're following, just comment yes. Now, the 2026 social media manager skill blueprint. Now, this is like, oh my goodness, this is like a framework because in 2026 your content must be built around this system, right? This I wrote 10 core skills that you need as a social media manager that will take you from being a social media manager to being a social media strategist in 2026. Now, number one is having messaging clarity. You have to know how to like position the things that you do, how to say it. Let me give you an example. Do you know that on LinkedIn, everybody is a pro on LinkedIn? On LinkedIn, people are always like, oh, I built this. Instead of just saying I'm social media, you can just say, oh, I'm a content strategist that did this. You know, the way they used to, funkify their roles on LinkedIn, that you just go to their page and be like, oh, I'm the founder of blah, 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 blah. Those kind of messaging, try to get when you are creating content, when you are creating content for you or for your clients. That's trying to have a lot of clarity and also know how to use the right words for your what you actually bring to the table, what you deliver to your clients, knowing the right way to share it, knowing the right way to communicate it. That skill alone is fire, you guys. When you are able to nicely communicate your skills through your content, guys, that's one of the best skills for you to acquire in 2026. Not even in 2026. Acquire it now so that by 2026 you're already doing it, right? And that thing is that content strategy. Your content shouldn't be, it cannot even be random anymore. Every content that leaves your page must be intentional. Every content that leaves your client's page must be intentional. Every content must have a goal. You don't just go online and then think that, oh, I'm in a good mood, then you shoot the content today. Nope. You have to be intentional up to the point that your captions, the way your tone, your captions, your Insta stories, they must be intentional for a particular goal and result. Now, another thing is your analytics interpretation. Now, this is a skill that every social media manager should have, because how do you know what is working if you are not interpreting your analytics the right way? You need to be able to interpret analytics in such a way that it brings clarity to you and then to your client. Now, another thing is prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is one of the, like, you shouldn't even think about that. Like, that should be like your number one goal for 2026. You should know prompt engineering. You can learn that by yourself. Go on YouTube and try to watch videos and self-train yourself. But if you don't have time, you cannot go through all that process. Just buy my vault, social media manager prompt vault. It has over 150 prompts for social media managers for every step of the way. if you're a social media manager, it's easy for you. I've done every type of prompt that I use up to the prompt that I use to onboard clients. It is there. All you have to do is just copy the prompt, paste it on GPT, and get all the result that you need, right? And it goes for just $15, 15,000 naira. So you can get that. I included the link to buy it in my description of this video. You can get it. But if you want it, you are watching through Instagram, you can DM me the word vault, and I'll send you a link to um get it. Now you should have conversion psychology. What exactly, how are you going to be able to communicate your offer without being too salesy? How are you going to be able to communicate to your clients without being too salesy? You need to know that. Then another thing is funnel awareness. What is the top of your funnel that you are using for your client or for your personal brand? Your system building. What do you have in place to build your system? Then thought leadership. You have to keep learning every blessed day as a social media manager. If you are not learning, you are not growing. So for you not to stay stuck, you have to have, like, keep learning, right? Another thing is that content repurposing. Now you don't have to keep dishing out fresh new ideas every day. It's not sustainable, it's not possible. So any content that you have shared in the past that has done well, look at it. How can I do this? How can I repurpose this content? For example, if you have shared a content that is a carousel and it did well, you can repurpose it into a reel. You can repurpose it into a tweet. You can repurpose it into a standalone picture. You can post a picture of yourself and then repurpose it. Now, AI-powered workflows, you should be able to do that. Now, one of the things that I tell people now is that you have no more excuses. No more excuses for you not showing up online. If you're an introvert, there are million and one AIs that you can use to make videos of you not even there. Of you not even personally appearing on the video. Yes. You can use Pipit AI. You can use a lot of other AIs that you can use that will actually clone you and then make videos of you. You can make pictures. I have a lot of beautiful pictures on my page that I didn't even take those pictures. They are pictures that I made using Gemini AI. And, I just posted the pictures and they did well. So you have no excuse in 2026 not to appear with your best foot forward. Right. So let's move on. Now, if your messaging is unclear, nothing will convert. I need to let you know that your messaging must be clear. Right. You have to know the language that the other language to communicate your content to the client, just as your content to your ideal client or probably your own client's page. Now, value articulation. How do you communicate value? How do you let your client's page, your client is not just dumping content on you, and then you don't know how to communicate your client's value to their ideal client. See, if there's no growth, if you're working with anybody as their social media manager or your social media strategist, and then there's no growth, trust me, they are going to fire you. If they don't fire you now, they'll fire you in probably latest 1 month. How are you going to make yourself irreplaceable is when you are able to communicate value. You are able to you value articulation, then emotional relevance. You know when to say the right things to your clients, when to say the right things to your client's audience. Then you have a consistent content pillar, then your positioning lines. Right. Let's move on. So in 2026, my advice to you is that your content must be built around this system. Authority, you have to teach people how to teach what other people avoid, things that people don't want to talk about. That thing that feels like you feel cringe when you want to talk about it. Talk about it, the things that actually make you grow. Then identity, make people trust you. Then skill deep dive strategy. Now, who are we talking to? Yeah, when you are trying to build a strategy for your client or for yourself, who are you talking to? Your strategy should be able to answer all of these questions. Who are you talking to? What do you want? What are we selling? What platform behaviors actually matter? What outcomes are we driving at? Right. Now, AI doesn't replace social media managers. Now, there's something I realized that a lot of people talk about that, oh, AI is taking their job, AI is doing this, AI is doing that. Right. Now, AI is going to be replacing social managers without strategy. But if you have strategy, you know the things you think forward, you will not be able to be replaced by AI. Instead, you are going to be using AI. Right. Now, you are going to be learning how to use AI for content, AI for analytics, AI for research, AI for hooks, AI for your messaging. That is what is going to work in 2026. You need to master the use of AI, right? Unless you have something else you want to be doing. But as a social media manager, a social media strategist, AI should be your best friend right now, right? Let's move on. Oh my God, I'm past 30 minutes. Jeez. Oh God. Now, authority building. I think I spoke about this already. 2026 people follow specialists, not just generalists. I speak super fast. Anyway, people follow specialists, not generalists. Now, you should be known for something. You cannot say that you're a social media manager and then I'll go to your page, I will see you maybe selling clothes, you are selling hats, you are selling you are doing makeup on that same page, you are, I don't know, 1,000,001 things, and you said you are a social media manager. Do you understand? People should be able to know that you are a specialist in a particular thing, and that thing is what should be focused on your page. Right. Now, your POV, your niche angle, your tone and identity, all of this should be in one. Your story, your values, your frameworks, they should all arrive at the same point. That is when change happens. Okay, so if you don't have system, you burn out in Q1. Yeah, a lot of people feel that, oh, I winged it all through 2025, I'm going to be winging it all through 2026. You guys, that means you don't want to scale. If you want to scale and then work with as many as, let's say minimum of 10 clients, and then you are always doing things scattered. You don't have a client onboarding system, you don't have a client reporting system, you don't have any accountability, you just do things the way you like, scattered everywhere, you are going to burn out. I saw a video that was talking about how, I think it was Niger brand chick, that was talking about how a guy very good. I think the guy is what is this guy? A graphic designer. And then he said the graphic designer is very good, but the problem is that the graphic designer is always, he will just not, maybe he only reaches out to her when she is available, or when the guy is very good but not consistent, very good and not always available. And then she's now asking that, oh, this guy is very good and not so consistent and blah 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 blah, but she knows that anytime she gives the guy the job, he does it very well. But the problem I have with the guy is that I cannot reach him when I want, or something like that. And I'm like, hey, no, I'm not going to be working with somebody like that. If you don't have a system, you don't, even though you are very good, but trust me, there are other people out there that are better than you are, that are ready to, they have discipline and do the work. My point exactly for this digression is that as good as you think you are, if you don't have a good content workflow, client experience workflow, your clients will leave you. They will not, in fact, they will not be on your retention list, because they know that the only time you do something really good for them, maybe the only time you deliver value for the job that they have actually paid you for, maybe is when it's towards the ending of the month, or when we are about to be paid. After you are being paid like this, your client will send you a message, you not respond in the next 10 hours. And then you say that is your client. And you think that kind of a client will refer you to somebody else. That client is not going to refer you to no one. You guys, you have to be you have to be intentional. Your clients reporting, your weekly accountability, monthly strategy reviews. How are you going to be doing all of those? You need a system so that you will not be burnt out. Now let's move on. I'm trying to be as fast as I can because um Now, repurposing. Now, I mentioned at first that a smart social media managers know that they don't create content, they don't create more content, they multiply one content strategically. They turn long content into short form content into carousels into email, highlights into evergreen attraction. That is how you are able to stay consistent. A lot of people ask me that, Natasha, how are you able to stay consistent? Anytime I open my Instagram, your post is right there looking at me. I just smile and look at them. That I've tried to hire somebody for my Instagram before. I'm talking about I have somebody that I hired for my Instagram admin. I'm talking about hired somebody to do my content on Instagram. But what I realized is that my the drive that you have, not everybody has that drive. One, that's one. Then number two, the way that you repurpose. A lot of people do not know that if a post is doing well, I can share it 1 million times, you guys. I tell people that there's a post I share on my page. That post, at least this year alone, I've shared that post maybe 20 times, you guys. I'm not kidding. And guess what? This post does, in fact, this post doesn't just do well. This post goes viral every freak time I share it. Even though I've shared this particular post before. Do you understand? People don't even remember. Share that reel again. That reel did well the last time. Do it again. Share it again. If you ask somebody that, if you in fact, if you ask me, why am I saying somebody? If you ask somebody that, what did you eat last night? They'll tell you that I cannot remember. And you think it's your own post that you shared 2 weeks ago that will be in somebody's mind. No, my dear, you are not that important in their life. In fact, if you ask them, in fact, I just ask them, what did you eat last night? They'll first of all pause to try to remember. People do not care about that. Repost that post as much as you can, as many times as possible. Most of my posts that I repurpose, repost is still as fresh as ever. I do not care. And guess what? I make the most of my digital products from those posts. And I keep sharing it all over again. So my point is that do not try to shy away from repurposing. It's not every time that you have evergreen content in your head or on whatever brand, whatever AI that you're using. And the same thing applies to your clients. Don't think that because you want to be the perfect social media manager to your clients, you're always cracking your head to look for fresh ideas every blessed day. You are going to get burnt out. Right. So let's move on. Oh. Akara Boy Official. Thank you. Thank you. So your 2026 action plan. Now, what I've said all of these things, what do I advise that you should do? In fact, screenshots this page on this slide. I wish I can connect my Instagram, but I don't want to do that now, really. Just screenshot this slide. This slide. If you are watching, screenshot it. And if you have any question for me, you've been watching me, and then you have any questions, just drop it in the chat. I'm going to be answering all of those questions so that I'm not just talking and not giving you chance to ask me any question. So if you have any question, just drop it in the chat. Just drop it in it if you have any question. Now, 2026 is the year for you to take action. And now this is it. Number one, redefine your niche and your messaging. You have been watching me since, and then you are thinking about, oh, Natasha is talking about going from social media, being a social media manager to being a social media strategist. What are the things I'm meant to do? I don't even know what to do. She's talking about all of these things so much, but I don't even know where to start. Just screenshot what is on your screen that you're watching now. Screenshot it and do it, and go and change your name on Instagram. Redefine your niche and your messaging. Identify your content pillars. Build your content system. Learn prompt engineering. That number 4, I'm saying it again. Learn prompt engineering. It's going to pay you in 2026. Learn prompt engineering. Build your weekly workflow. Every week, always have a plan. You guys, I'm a business owner, I'm a founder to the glory of God. But guess what? Every blessed day, oh my God, the time is not even enough. Sometimes you feel like 24 hours is not enough. This particular live that I am in right now, do you know that I usually schedule this live 24 hours ahead? If I fail to schedule this live 24 hours ahead, you guys, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. If I just say that um I will just wing it, let me just go live as I please or whenever I do it, I don't have that time. I have to schedule it and then feel accountable to you guys that I already scheduled it and I shared in my community that I'm going to be live today. That is why I'm able to come live. Do you understand? So my point is that you need to build your weekly workflow. Track analytics intentional. Now, why do you think that when you share posts on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, you see the insights, you see analytics? Instagram, if analytics isn't important, Instagram will not give us that feature now. They will just say that we should just keep posting and then we'll just be posting and then there will not be any need for insights or anything. But because they want us to track analytics, to know what is working and what is not working. And what, guys, it's even easier than before. I remember when I used to calculate analytics before, maybe 2 years ago. But now I don't have to do all of that again. All you have to do is just track analytics by using AI. Screenshot analytics, let AI do the thinking and the work for you. And then you have the results and then apply it. And then rinse and repeat the following month. Easy peasy. Right. Now, another thing is that start acting like a strategist. Now, you keep saying, I'm a social media manager. I'm a social media manager. Are you acting as a strategist? I want to change my bio to a social media manager. I mean, a social media strategist. Are you acting like a social media strategist? Do you know what they actually do? Are you a thought leader in that niche that you have carved for yourself? Are you learning? I'm not confident to make videos. I'm not confident to do this one. I'm not confident to do that one. It's not going to cut it. You need to, if all it takes for you to be confident is making videos of yourself every day like this, record yourself like this and be talking to the camera, cut it and watch it again and keep doing it. And the funny thing is that confidence comes from doing. If you are not doing anything and then you expect to get confident, it's not going to happen. Confidence comes from repetition. The thing that you keep doing every time, if you keep doing and doing and doing and you get results, easy peasy. You need to be able to start acting like your view self. Oh, I want to be a high sought after strategist. I want to be start to do like that. And then it will start to happen. Easy. Now, another thing is that build a personal brand. Now, even to me, this applies to me too, because I'm always so busy that so for me to actually have a personal brand, I find it very, very first of all, I'm an introvert. And a lot of people believe that because I'm always available online, that oh, I'm available in my DM. No, sometimes I just want to, be on my own. Do you understand? But because my bills get paid through social media, guys, I had to re-strategize this intro. This introvert, whatever, is not paying my bills. I need to just, try as much as possible to communicate my ideas. So what do? I begin to get towards content that is not showing so much of me, and I still made my mark. I remember there was one client that built my that booked my call, and then it was even a white lady. And then she told me, I remember she was so excited to see me on the call. It was on a Zoom call. And then she told me that, oh, Natasha, I'm so happy to meet you and all of that. Do you know that I went through your page and I just love your page. I said, thank you. And then she said, do you know that I realized that your page, you barely even show your face, you barely even post videos, you are just going to post carousel content, and then I've seen the one that has over 40,000 likes, and I'm like, how is the girl able to do that? Like, how is she able to do that without even showing her face? So my point is that when I saw that making videos, I didn't really like it, but I have to be online. I had to switch to something that I know that I'm comfortable with, and it still worked. Now, my advice to you is that look for something that you are comfortable doing. Look for a type of content that you actually like, and then start to do it. Is it videos that you like to do? Create videos. If you go out with your friends, ask them to record you. Buy a tripod, record yourself, you know, be confident. Then that thing that is in your head, people are more interested in it than whatever aesthetic that you're trying to prove. I'm telling you, people don't care. What they want, everybody is selfish on social media. What they want is what is in your head, that value in your head. And then you start to share. If it's video, no problem. If you don't want to show your face, start to post what is it called? Pictures. I mean, what's this thing? Threads. Start to be on thread. Take write thread series, and then take screenshots of all of the thread that you have made, turn it into an Instagram post or something. It will still make you consistent, and then your message will be passed across rather. Upgrade all your templates. Now you're a social media manager, you don't have templates. First of all, I don't believe that you're going to be on this YouTube live and you have not gotten my kit, my social media manager client and content kit. It has 18 templates that is editable for you as a social media manager. That when a client comes to you like this, I want to work with you. I want to have a discovery call with you. And then on the call, you don't even know the right things to ask that client. That is how you miss the client, just because you don't want to buy the kit. When you can easily buy the kit and then know the right questions to ask the client that will make your call with that client convert into them actually hire. Now, I'm not talking about all these random questions to ask. I'm talking about real life questions that when you ask them, your client is going to be convinced and confident enough to work with you. Now, another thing is that number 10, which is the last but not the least, is sell yourself confidently. I've said this a million times. Sell yourself confidently. I remember that there's a particular person on Instagram, and this person, I just admired her. I don't know her from anywhere. I just admired her. I usually just, share a post. Anytime I see that she posts anything, I'll comment. I like her cute family. I like her page. Just from the blues. Guess what, you guys? This person me, and this person has a lot of followers. You know all those celebrities now. She followed me. When I saw that she followed me, I was like, thank you. But I just liked that. Guess what, you guys? There was a client that actually booked a call with me recently. And during that form I was just telling you about, she wrote there that she got me. I said, how did you hear about me? Because I used to ask them that how they hear about me. I just want to know which of it is working. And I asked her that, how did you hear about me? And then she told me that, oh, my friend, and then she mentioned that person's name. My friend, this person referred you to me. You guys, I was dumbfounded. And the reason is that now it's not because I don't have clients and all of that. The reason that I was actually very happy is because this was my random act of me, just commenting, just being myself. We call it strategist actually. And what that means is that you dropping comments on people's pages, not just people's pages, strategic comments, not dumb comments, and not just smileys. I mean, comment that actually shows that you genuinely care. And then she saw it, and then she followed me, not just once, so many times. And then she followed me. And I didn't even know that she was even watching me, up to the point of referring me to a friend. Do you know what that means? It shows that even though you are online, you shouldn't just be there. You should be actively online, which is you communicating. Social media means social. You are not just going to be minding your business online and think that people will just be communicating with you. You need to actively drop comments on people that are your ideal clients' pages. And now you're not going to be just dropping any type of content that actually makes sense. Content that actually, comment that actually makes sense. Comment that actually gets their attention. Comment that actually make them pin your comments. Those are comments that, that you can drop. It makes that's like free adverts for your page. Right. So that's my point for you for your plan towards 26. That's like your game plan for 2026. So these are the mistakes that you should avoid in 2026. Posting without thinking, just posting just to fill space. You shouldn't do that. Meanwhile, before I finish this live, make sure that you like this video. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you like this video, and then make sure that you ask a question. If you have any question, drop it in the comments. Also on Instagram, if you have any question, you can drop in the comments so that I can answer it live before I end the live. Another thing is that being aesthetic instead of strategic. So you see that aesthetic, put it aside. Be strategic. Now, I'm not saying that you should not be aesthetic in sharing content and all of that, but be more strategic. Now, another thing is you study your audience. You need to study your audience. You need to study your audience. If you are not studying your audience, you're not going to get results. You need to respond to the most. My audience responds to my carousels the most. And then that is what I double down on. So you need to look at your audience. What is it that when you share it, they respond to it? That is what you should double down on. Another thing is that not invest skill upgrade. You should do that. You should know that you should do that. You should upgrade yourself. I've said that a million times. Then not using AI randomly. Then another thing is that copying trends blindly. You shouldn't copy trends blindly. If it doesn't work for you, if it's not for your brand, scrap it. Now, so to if you want 2026 to feel different from 2025, stop relying on content that are not content that are not intentional or on vibes. Stop guessing content. Stop waiting for inspiration to create content. Trust me, inspiration doesn't come every day. So don't rely on it to create content. You need structure. And that is why I created the social media manager prompt vault. It has 150 strategic prompts that helps you think, plan, create content, and also sell and manage clients like a strategist. So this particular vault covers client acquisition, messaging, content strategy, post creation, analytics and reporting, engagement, positioning, productivity, and automation. And it's only $17, 15,000 naira. So if you want it, DM me the word vault on Instagram, or you can also check the link in the description of this video. So you guys, so you can, so I would advise that you watch this video again. I'm not going to be posting on Instagram. I'm going to be posting on my YouTube channel. You should watch it again, screenshot that your favorite slide, and then share your breakthroughs with me in the comments. 2026 is going to be for strategy. Clock that, as they say. So if you have any question, you can quickly drop it in the comment before I leave. If you have any question, you can drop in the comment. I'm leaving in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, thank you for watching. See you guys until next time. I go live every Friday 12 p.m. so see you next Friday.